channel. So this is going to be a very different type of video because it's going to be about my birth story, his birth story. This is Michael. I'm just going to talk and I'll try to put some timestamps below if you're not interested in everything, but here we go. So this is my second child. My first child I had was my daughter, and she was induced at 42 weeks and a day, I believe, in the hospital. Not what I wanted at all. I did not want an epidural. I didn't want any drugs. I didn't want any of that. I wanted it to be so natural, but I was terrified. But because it was induced, I did end up getting an epidural, and she still came very, very fast. Water broke and she was out in a couple pushes and I was on my back, that whole thing at the hospital. We tried to do some of the stuff that was on the birth plan for a natural birth, but it just wasn't the experience I wanted. I wasn't really able to breastfeed her, and I feel like I was kind of misled or let down by everybody. It wasn't really my body. So I mention all of that because that's what really changed my entire perspective about birth and being a new mom and everything for when I got pregnant with this little guy. So with this guy, my plan was home birth. Not even have the temptation of having drugs or epidurals even available to me. I really wanted to do a home birth. We could afford it. I could afford it this time. We could afford it this time. Whereas with my daughter, it wasn't even like, it was just way too much money. I wasn't working. It just wasn't a thing. So with him, I said, okay, we're gonna get a doula. We're gonna get a midwife. I'm gonna have it at home. Like, I want this tub birth in my new home. It's there's a beautiful window over there. That's what I want. So that was my plan. Well, since I was so late with my daughter, 42 weeks plus, and his due date wasn't until February 2nd, February 3rd, I was positive he would be late. Positive. My maternity leave didn't start till Friday, January 29th. So I was at work on the 26th, Wednesday, and I was talking to my coworkers, and I was like, I'm not going to have him. I'm going to have a week of maternity. I'm going to have time. And I really wanted that time. I wanted to have time to like clean. Everything's not put away. His room wasn't set up. I just wanted time to clean. So I was very confident I would have about 2 weeks, a week, that's what I was hoping for, of time before he came. But on Wednesday, the 26th, I had gone to work. I had picked up a new rooster. I had picked up some chicken wire to fix our chicken coop. I had gone to the Tractor Supply, bought like to stock up on animal stuff. And I came home, and around 8:00 p.m., I said, something's going on. And I have gallbladder attacks and I have gallbladder pain that goes along with that. And I was like, it's just a gallbladder attack. That's a bummer. I'm going to go take a bath. Well, this is at 7 p.m. I was like, I'm going to go take a bath. I'm going to enjoy my bath. I made a TikTok and I was like, oh my gosh, when you forget, because my daughter had gone to her dad's. So I made a TikTok saying, when you don't have your daughter and you still haven't given birth, you waste an hour in the tub. But I might as well take advantage of it because, babe, I'm going to have a new baby soon. So I took a bath for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, just in the bath chilling. And I come out and I'm like, yeah, something's going on. Like this is something, but I don't know what it is. It's just tummy issues, back issues, like minor pain that maybe could have been something. That was around 8:00. Then I want to say like 11:00, I texted my parents and I said, something's going on. I don't know if this is labor. I don't know what this is, but something's happening. And I was getting really bad pains, but they weren't really bad. They were like uncomfortable, and they would come and they'd have that peak. They'd like kind of be painful, and then like be really painful, and then like die back down. And it was like in my hips, in my lower stomach, a little bit in my back. And that was happening. And I was just like, okay, this is just nothing. Like, maybe this is Braxton Hicks. Maybe this is just gallbladder pain. Like, oh, I just hope it goes away so I can go to sleep and I can go to work tomorrow. So those kept happening. And then finally I was like, I'm going to time them. So they went from 5 minutes to 3 minutes to 2 minutes to 1 minute really fast. And I was like, okay, I must be doing something wrong. This isn't what it is. I called my doula and I said, hey, this is what's going on. Or I think I texted her. I might have called her. I'm not sure if I called her or texted her. I think I called her because it was pretty late. And she was like, well, are you bleeding? And I said, no, I hadn't had a bloody show yet. I said, no, I'm not bleeding. She's like, okay, it's probably Braxton Hicks. You're fine. Just let me know when it gets more painful. And I was like, okay, makes sense. Like by this time it was like midnight and I didn't want to, or 11, I didn't want anyone to come over and, waste your time or whatever. So I was like, okay. So I went through a couple more contractions. I called my mom and I was like, Mom, like, I don't know what this is. This is painful. And, I had to stop and say, oh, I got one. And she kept asking me, like, are you okay? Are you okay? In my head, I'm like, no, I'm not okay. But she was like, okay, I think you're fine. Like, okay. So I got off the phone with her. I woke up my boyfriend and I said, time these. He woke them up. He timed them. He's like, yeah, they're about a minute apart. And I was like, I think these are contractions. Like, I think this is what I'm supposed to, like, when I'm supposed to call the midwife. So I call the midwife. I might have even texted her. Again, I can't remember. And she was, I texted her just to let her know because I didn't want her to call. I didn't want her to come yet because she doesn't come till active labor. So I didn't want her to come. I was like, I'm just going to text her. And she's like, okay, yeah, those sound pretty close together. And then she called me and then she listened and she like hung out with me during one of the contractions. And even she was like, okay, maybe, but okay. And then I hung up with her and then she texted me. She's like, should I come? And I was like, I think you should come. Like, I don't know, just come. I mean, worst case scenario, she comes. So then I texted my doula and I said, I'm sorry, this was around 2. So I, had talked to them. I had been going through contractions that I didn't know were contractions. And she said, oh, I think I'm going to come. And I said, okay. So I texted my doula and I said, my midwife thinks she's going to come. She's going to come. I wake up my boyfriend and I say, go get the tub. Because the tub was in the truck outside. And he half asleep rolls over and says, I'll get it when you're further along, when you're in more pain. You're fine now. And I was like, okay, he might be right. Like, okay. And then 20 minutes later, I was like, go get it. So he goes and gets it. He gets it, comes back, goes to sleep. And this was at like 2:30 or something. And I think by that time, all my contractions had been really, really like close together. And I had a little lull, I fell asleep. I fell asleep around, let's say 3 in the morning. So I'm asleep. I wake up and I feel all of this pressure. And I say, oh, I think I need to go to the bathroom. So I run to the toilet. And there's this gush of water or gush of something. And I yell, I think the baby's coming. And he runs into the bathroom and he's asking me, where's the tub liner? Where's the stuff for the tub? How do I do it? And I said, no, the baby is coming. And I think he had a couple seconds to then say, oh, well, let me turn the bathtub water on. So he turns it on super, super hot, boiling hot. It's filling. And then I feel the baby's head. I did no pushing. I don't remember feeling any contractions at this point, but I just stand off the toilet, am hovering, stick my hand down there, see a purple head, like a little bit of it. And I'm just terrified that I'm going to drop him on the floor in the toilet. I didn't really know that I was in labor. Nobody knew. Nobody said, yep, you're in labor. Everyone said, no. And then a couple seconds later, he grabs, the baby just like falls out. And he grabs the baby, put him on my chest. And I'm just like, what just happened? Like, I didn't have any time to process that I was about to give birth to a baby. I didn't have any, like, I had no moment before this where I was like, yep, the baby's coming. This is what this is. In my mind, baby still wasn't due for another week, and I had 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, I just didn't think this was happening. And just because I had so many people with me who, you know, or like who I talked to, you know, validate like, oh yeah, it's probably not the baby, you know, this is what it is. But I was just in shock. I held the baby. My placenta falls in the toilet immediately falls in. I'm just holding this baby on the toilet, bloody everything, you know, birth. And I'm just sitting there, and I will show you the picture. Because I said, take a picture, because I was like, we have to capture this. Like, I didn't get any pictures. Like, no one is here. The midwife wasn't there. The doula wasn't here. Like, nobody was here. Like, we have to capture this. Like, this is insane. And I was just breathing in shock, in total, utter shock. A couple minutes later, the doula walks in. And I'm sitting on the floor at that point, and I had told him, grab the placenta out of the toilet, like grab it out of the toilet so I can like move off this toilet and sit on the floor with a bunch of towels. So we wrapped the baby in towels. I'm sitting on the floor, the placenta's on the floor. She comes in and she's like, you did it. And I'm like, I guess so. Like, I don't know what just happened. I can't even process what just happened. She put the placenta in a bowl, and I give her the baby, and I take a shower to try to get off all the gunk off of me. So I take a shower, and then I come out, and the midwife and the assistant are there. And I'm still just like, okay, I'm on the bed. Here's my baby. Like, where am I? What just happened? What is going on? They checked out baby. Baby was healthy. Baby was fine. Everything was great. And then that was January 27th, Thursday, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a baby on my own, almost in the toilet. He was caught by mom and dad. And it was just crazy. Yeah, wasn't it? So that is my birth story. And I hope you liked it. And if you have any other questions about, you know, home birth and anything, I don't know if I can answer them, but, you know, I'd love to try. And thanks for watching. Bye. I'm gonna say hello. The dog is drinking.